Walk-Ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The Walk-On's way.
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick-style burgers from Milo's. Everybody goes to Milo's.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information's here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
I'm Brett Rogers, your trusted local real estate expert and the owner of the Brett Rogers Realty Group at Keller Williams. My team and myself take pride in making the home selling or buying process as painless and easy as possible. While a transaction can be stressful, we make it our job to take as much stress off of you so that you can enjoy your investments. We are not just here to sell houses, we are here to build relationships that will last a lifetime while helping your home dreams come true. When working for buyers, we work tirelessly to get you into a home at the best price and help you make sound decisions for your family. When the time comes for you to sell that home, we are here with the marketing expertise to showcase your property to the fullest and get you the greatest amount of profit into your pocket. We are here to guide you every step of the way with honesty and trust as our core values. Pick a partner you can trust when your biggest investment is on the line. You can visit our website at brettrogersrealtor.com or you can call me anytime at 205-540-1182. And let's get you to the closing table.
In a city that seamlessly blends the comforts of a small town and the amenities of a big city, we're proud to be banking beyond expectation right here in Alabama.
Seems to get hotter as the summer wears on, especially when your air conditioning isn't keeping up. There is never a good time for your unit to quit working, but when it does, you know who to trust to fix it right. Keep it cool and reduce those high energy bills. Hemp Hill Services, your Bryant authorized dealer, will do whatever it takes to fix your air conditioning quickly and affordably. Known for their fair pricing and fast service, call your certified Bryant dealer Hemp Hill Services today for all tune-ups, repairs, and installation. 229-29.
For the grace of God has appeared. It's literally And how are we saved by God's wrath? How are we saved from God's wrath? Only through the eternal, complete, perfected work of Jesus Christ when he died on the cross in our place for our sins. That's the only way we're saved.
I'm Ron Ellis with Ellis Industrial. Ellis Industrial is a subcontracting company specializing in electrical maintenance and installation in industrial settings. We have years of experience in poultry processing plants, and we're in the process of adding welding to our services. If we can do anything for you and your future projects, please let us know. Give me a call at 256-490-9491 and consider it done.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Big Clay Coaches Show here from Walk-Ons in Trussville, Alabama. You know, if you want to find walk-ons, it's not that hard. If you're going up Highway 11, and what's that, a Shell? Well, the Winn-Dixie, I know. If you see the big Winn-Dixie sign, look across the street, right there, the Shell station, you'll see it nestled right there. And I'm telling you, they got a menu that's unbelievable, and you guys need to get on down here and check it out. We want to give Landon a big ups for letting us host our show here, because he has really, really been a great supporter of Clay Chalkville football. Right next to me, to my left, as always, is head coach Stuart Floyd. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well.
You look well.
Yeah.
I was wondering how you'd be feeling after a Friday night, because between, you got Thompson, and then you got that nail biter, and then you got Mountain Brook, and you got that nail biter. I figured you might look a little frazzled. I was going to say, did it cost you any hair? But there's no hair to lose.
Oh, Fred.
So, I mean,
maybe a little bit
given the way the last 2 weeks has been stress-wise, you got to lighten it up a little bit. And, looking back at that game, Mountain Brook has always, it's been a tight contest. I mean, last year it was 17-13.
Yep.
And that was in the playoffs. And Mountain Brook, very scrappy team, very disciplined. Coach Yeager, we know he's always going to have those kids ready. Going into that game, what was the mindset, of the coaching staff and the players, knowing what was coming? Because, Thompson, that's a really big high.
Yeah.
How do you keep that level up, without that, if you will?
Yeah, it's tough. That was kind of one of the big tests. Obviously, fast forward to this week, you got Alabama and Vanderbilt, and not that Mountain Brook and Vanderbilt are nothing alike as far as, competition, but just that coming off a big win the week before, and then, usually there's a big letdown, mentally, physically, and so, for us, that was the big test, was trying to get our kids back up for another big test right after that Thompson game. And then, they whether we had a big win or not, it's hard playing them just because of what they do and how they do it. But I, proud of the guys. If you would have told me, last week, hey, you're going to win by 7, I'll say I'll take it every time. And so proud of them. Didn't really want it to come down to that. I thought we had a chance to, put the game, ice the game at the very end on that 4th and 1, and just not make it that interesting at the end. But we have a way of putting ourselves in those situations. So those are some things that we got to clean up.
Yeah, and speaking of situations, obviously, Mountain Brook, scheme-wise, seemed like they planned really well for us. And starting the game out with a turnover.
Yeah.
That sometimes that can make you or break you, because you can make you if let's pull ourselves up by our bootstrap, let's put that behind us and get going, and sometimes it can break you. Seemed to me like the boys had plenty of resolve.
Yeah. I mean, you go back, I mean, in the game, we moved the ball offensively, and when we moved the ball up and down the field, I think we had maybe 4 possessions on the plus 35 or more where we didn't score. So it wasn't like we weren't, we were just stagnant on offense the whole night. We moved the ball. A lot of it was just self-inflicted mistakes, for ourselves, penalties, turnovers, those kind of things. Special teams was not great. We had probably 2 punts that should have got blocked. We just weren't doing what we've been coached to do. Luckily, Xavier took off running on one of those. But and defensively, I mean, they're good at what they do. And so what they run offensively, they can really, they count numbers, and they can really run to either side. And so they try to get you, outman you, outflank you. And if you don't do what you've been coached to do defensively and try to change the line of scrimmage, they can find holes. So they had a couple of good series in there, but I thought, when the end of the game came, we got a big 4th and 1 stop. That was huge for us.
Yeah, and it looked like they were bringing everything but the kitchen sink. They line up in that, I call it that Michigan single line formation, and jump around, offensive line shifting, trying to change the looks, because we know our defensive line shifts. Well, they're shifting.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting, because it was almost as if, hey, you got a chess match on.
Yeah, there was a lot of chess going on. That's, when you play them, there's not a lot of checkers. But I was really proud of our kids, because defensively, I don't think we jumped offside once this year. But we made up for it last night in the JV game. I think we jumped offsides about 10 times. But I was proud of them for not doing that. That cost us, the year before. We had some 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts where we jumped off sides and extended those possessions for them. But we didn't do that Friday.
And one of the things, they were, and something I know that, the coaches are talking to them about is, when you got them on their heels, you want to go ahead and finish it off. And they were able to escape. I think that there were 2 big plays that they were able to kind of weave their way through into the secondary, or kind of between the top and middle layer. And some of the people are kind of like, wow, but that's Mountain Brook. I mean, they're going to find those seams, and that's great going into the playoffs, because that lets you know, hey, these teams are getting better, and that mountain is getting narrower as you get to the top, and that's kind of how our schedule is working out. As we get there, I mean, we end with Vestavia. We still got Oxford looming ahead. Huffman is scrappy. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. They're not last year's Huffman.
Yeah.
Just seeing a little bit of film on them.
Yeah, it was good. Just the playing a Thompson, Mountain Brook. You got Oxford coming up. Those are almost semifinal like games. You know what I mean? And so that's that's good for us to kind of go through that early and get that experience.
Absolutely. So how are the players feeling coming off of 2 back-to-back huge wins? Are they? Because you can say it can be emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Going through that.
Yeah, I think, just based on what I saw today, it wasn't very good. You know what I mean? We had pre-ACT testing, so our routine's all messed up, and then, for whatever reason, they're lagging a little bit, and it's, a lot of that's probably from the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's been, pretty laser focused, for 14 straight days, and that's a lot. For a 16-year-old kid, and but we just don't really have a choice to take days off and take weeks off. So,
yeah. And how are we looking? I mean, on the injury front, how the team's still relatively healthy?
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness, thank God, everybody's still pretty healthy. We haven't had anything major happen, so just want to keep it that way.
Well, that's great to hear. So, as you said, SATs, how do you work that when, we got pre-SATs and the schedule's topsy-turvy? And I, my philosophy is there's no time on the schedule where you really get a break. I don't care if the team is, 0-10 or 10-0. In my mind, I think that's how Clay operates. It doesn't matter where your opponent is. You still prepare the same way. We just have to work around these things because they are what they are.
Yeah. The thing that I tried to stress to them today is there's, there are teams out there that all they want to do is beat you, right? You got a Mountain Brook, an Oxford, a Parker, a Muscle Shoals, whoever. That's their year-long goal is to put you out of the playoffs. And so, we don't get days to take off because, if they're not taking off days and their will and their desire to beat you is stronger than ours, then that may not end up so good for you.
Yeah, and you alluded to the Bama Vanderbilt game.
Yeah,
and I think that is a great metaphor to use with the team. As great as this team is, and as great as it was, and all the changes that they had to deal with, they beat Georgia, but nobody saw Vandy coming.
No, and that's the deal. I mean, you play a team that's well coached and good at what they want to, good at what they do, and they're hungry and they want it more than you. Then a lot of times, a lot of teams can beat you. Try to tell our kids that the margin, when you play really good teams, the margin is very small. It doesn't matter if you have 10 Division I kids on your team. If you're a well-coached high school team, you can beat pretty much anybody.
Yeah, and to the point, like I said, nobody expect Vandy to do what they did, and that's where I kind of go maybe to, what is perceived, and I want to stress that perceived as a lower level opponent. They're going to come up and get you before you realize if you're not careful.
Yeah, I think that was probably a perfect storm for Alabama. Just offensively, that team does some really, really good stuff, and looked like they had kind of saved a lot of new wrinkles for that game. But Vandy had 2 weeks. We play Oxford next week, and they're off this week, so they're going to have 2 weeks. And so we're going to have to do a good job after this week of kind of preparing and see maybe some things that they could potentially do in that game going into that week as well.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody, from Huffman forward, they're going to always try to find a wrinkle.
Yeah.
Because Mountain Brook certainly did that.
Yeah, and when you play, the more film you get on, more tape you get out there, people start to see other people's wrinkles, and it's funny when you go week to week and you watch other opponents, you can see that team followed that team, and now they're running this formation and doing this. So a lot of people within the region steal ideas and formations and looks from each other from week to week. It's funny to see.
Yeah, and I would fully expect them to do that to us. Well, fans, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we've got a split segment coming up for our offensive and defensive player of the week. We'll be right back. This is the Big Clay Coaches Show. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, coming to you live from Trussville, Alabama. We'll be right back.
Walk-ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The walk-on's way.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information's here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick style burgers from Milo's. Everybody goes to Milo's.
buy or sell your home? Meet Joy Johnson with Town Square Realty, your ultimate guide to real estate success. When selling or purchasing a home, using a trusted realtor matters. With experience and a passion for helping clients, Joy delivers personalized service tailored just for you. As a realtor, she'll be there to help navigate every step of the process. From market insights to negotiation skills, Joy Johnson ensures you get the best value for your property. You'll benefit from the expert help she provides. Ready to start your real estate journey? Let's make it happen together. Call Joy Johnson today and turn your real estate dreams into reality. Joy Johnson, putting the joy in real estate and making real estate dreams come true.
I'm Ron Ellis with Ellis Industrial. Ellis Industrial is a subcontracting company specializing in electrical maintenance and installation in industrial settings. We have years of experience in poultry processing plants, and we're in the process of adding welding to our services. If we can do anything for you and your future projects, please let us know. Give me a call at 256-490-9491 and consider it done.
Again. Starks punting 20 deep for Mountain Brook. And Starks takes off with it. He's going to have a Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. The bowling ball. Because he knocks them down like pins, Woods goes into motion. Fry looking for the release. And there is Compton all by himself. Number 38. All right, fans, we are back here from Walk-Ons in Trussville, Alabama. This is Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, and you are watching the Big Clay Coaches Show. Right next to me is the Carroll Pharmacy Offensive Player of the Week, Christian Bennett. Now, before I get into Christian, I'm going to give you some reasons as to why he is the Player of the Week. Now, Aaron Fry is the quarterback. I think he went 15 of 25, 191, and ran for 76. Well, that's nice and all. It really is. But they cannot do it without this guy getting 3 knockdowns and 4 pancakes. It don't happen without you. It don't happen without you. So I want to put it right there. And if I'd have had any sense, I would have bought you some log cabin syrup because, as you're a freshman, that means you're still growing. So we got to keep feeding you.
Yes, sir.
And I believe you can eat. After talking with your parents, they definitely say that. And I wouldn't want their grocery bill. But that being said, especially as a freshman,
Yes, sir.
now you're big time. It's Mountain Brook. Okay, gosh, we had to play Thompson, and now it's Mountain Brook. How did you feel saying, gosh, we played Thompson, and now we got Mountain Brook?
I went in there confident. I think I executed good and stuff. But
No, it's okay. So, what was your emotions like going? How did you feel going into that game, knowing how big that was? Because it's a region matchup.
Yes, sir. I just focused on what I had to do and try my best to execute it in the way possible I could. So, yes.
So what kind of energy? When you get out there and you're at that left tackle, you got that blind side.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me a little bit about your mentality? Kind of help me out to understand a little more about Christian Bennett and when he's lined up in front of that other guy.
My mentality is like, if I just go out there and do what I had to do, everything gonna work out because all my other teammates, they're gonna do what they gotta do, and when we all do what we're supposed to do, it helps out the whole team. Yes, sir. And you know, I go in nervous a little bit, but you know, I calm myself down and focus on what I gotta do. And if I do that, everything work out perfectly.
And, you know, that's great to hear, because as a freshman, hearing you say, I got to calm myself down, I got to calm my nerves down. You know, when you're seeing that guy, what's the first thing that goes through your mind when you see that defensive end and you know the challenge that's waiting in front of you?
I would just say, like, just get my footwork right, get my hand placed right, and just hold my ground against them.
And I believe last time we had all of you all up here, and we needed a shoehorn to fit all of y'all up here because you're all some big boys. You were saying, I think it was hands were the most important part.
Yes, sir.
Can you kind of describe that for me? How you do that, and what gives you that advantage?
If you have perfect hands, you can kind of control the defender a lot. But you got bad hands, they can just like swipe your hands away and get past you and go to the ball.
So, you know, and then with that footwork, because, you know, you got a lot of times you get what they call those edge rushes where they try to get around you. You know, how do you deal with that aspect?
You know, say again. You say again.
I'm sorry.
Say it again.
The edge rusher. You know, dealing with it when they try to come outside of you,
yes,
rather than work inside.
It's just like you have perfect footwork and like stay up there with the defender. It's like trying to not trying to guess, but like kind of get in their way to stop them. It's just gonna work out. They have good footwork and stuff.
And you definitely have that. You were able to stay with your guy all night long. I mean, that, like you said, you don't get those knockdowns and pancakes by not getting in front of them. What's your relationship with Fry like? You know, as a lineman to the quarterback.
I say we have a good relationship. You know, we help each other out and stuff. Yeah, he's probably like he like my family. I gotta protect him and stuff.
I like that. He's family. You gotta protect him. Now, does he? And I just, you know, gotta know. You know, sometimes the quarterback, hey man, what happened? And I've known Aaron a long time. He don't get on y'all like that, dude.
No, sir.
I didn't think so. He's, you know, because hey, you know, sometimes things happen. We just move on to the next play. So, what's your favorite play? Run plays or passing plays?
Pass plays.
Passing plays. Why do you like the passing plays more?
Cause if like it's easier because you most likely got one man instead of trying to get to that guy, and then if that guy not going to climb up to another guy, but like usually pass rush, you mostly got one guy. So I say that's easier.
So on those run plays, when you know that they're coming, oh man, they're coming left. I got to put this to work now.
Yes, sir.
But you don't mind that? I mean, it's just work.
Yes, sir. I don't mind it.
Is it? Hey, where's that pulling guard? Right. Get him on out here so he can clean this up.
Yes, sir.
So where do you see yourself going? I mean, you know, as a freshman, you know, very talented. What are your goals as you know, in a program like this and as you go through high school? Where do you see yourself going?
I see myself going to college and doing good in college and exceeding my high school. So on rep stuff is doing good in high school and to exceed in college and stuff and doing my part.
Awesome. So one more question. I got just one more question for you because if you feel like you're on the hot seat. Now I remember we were talking about who gets the last chicken wing the last time. As a freshman. Because I guess, you know, there's an old saying in a group called Sugar Hill Gang, the baby of the bunch, if you will. But they don't treat you like the baby of the bunch, do they?
Those are.
They get on you just like they get on everybody else.
Yes, sir.
So you like that because they keep those same expectations?
Yes, sir.
And that's awesome. And so really, now tell me, who really does get the last chicken wing?
I say Armand at center.
Is that Armand still gets it?
Yes, sir. I say he gets it.
So you're not going to sneak in there and grab it?
It's going to be gone if I get there.
They'll be gone before he gets there. I love it. Well, hey, fans, let's put your hands together for Christian Bennett. He had a great game. He protects that blind side for Aaron. Prefers the pass over the run. I don't know if Coach Hatcher was watching that. Is saying, likes the Peskins, let's work, huh? Hey, it's all good. He's got a baby to deal with now, so that doesn't mean he's going to get off y'all anymore, I can tell you that. Hey, we'll be right back from Walk-Ons here in Trussville, Alabama. We'll be right back.
Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings in our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, cold spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information's here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick style burgers from Milo's.
Everybody goes to Milo's.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Meet Joy Johnson with Town Square Realty, your ultimate guide to real estate success. When selling or purchasing a home, using a trusted realtor matters. With experience and a passion for helping clients, Joy delivers personalized service tailored just for you. As a realtor, she'll be there to help navigate every step of the process. From market insights to negotiation skills, Joy Johnson ensures you get the best value for your property. You'll benefit from the expert help she provides. Ready to start your real estate journey? Let's make it happen together. Call Joy Johnson today and turn your real estate dreams into reality. Joy Johnson, putting the joy in real estate and making real estate dreams come true.
I'm Ron Ellis with Ellis Industrial. Ellis Industrial is a subcontracting company specializing in electrical maintenance and installation in industrial settings. We have years of experience in poultry processing plants, and we're in the process of adding welding to our services. If we can do anything for you and your future projects, please let us know. Give me a call at 256-490-9491 and consider it done.
Again. Starks punting 20 deep for Mountain Brook. And Starks takes off with it. He's going to have a Brett Rogers Keller Williams Realty first down for the Cougars. The bowling ball. Because he knocks them down like pins, Wood goes into motion. Fry looking for the release. And there is Compton all by himself. Number 38. All right, fans, we are back here at Walk-Ons Live in Trussville, Alabama. We're glad that you're hanging in there with us. Make sure you hit that like, ring that bell on YouTube and Facebook. You are a part of the Big Clay family, and we're glad to have you here with us tonight. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, and I am privileged to have next to me our Carroll Pharmacy Defensive Player of the Week, Xavier Starks, free safety, strong safety. And you had a whale of a night. Now, before I get into that, First off, I owe you an apology. That's Zay, not Tay. Now, I introduced you to my secretary, and you discovered that looked like me, and so told me to need to fire the secretary for getting the name wrong. But it's straight now.
Yes, sir.
Zay, not Tay.
Yes, sir.
So, all good to go. So, 6 tackles, 5 assists, and a 32-yard fake punt run into Mountain Brook territory. Man, they came out of their seats when they saw that. So, got to give you a big ups for that one because nobody saw that coming. Yeah, big ups for that one. Nobody saw that coming. Got the first down, kept the drive going, and that resulted in a touchdown. So, you know, you're playing that free safety, strong safety position. Now, in rec league, and I got to see you in rec league, but not only that, up through middle school, you played multiple positions all over the field. Tell me a little bit how that prepared you to play that safety position.
You know, I was playing like quarterback, you know, receiver. In middle school, I played quarterback, receiver, tight end. And then on defense, I played linebacker. And I never really played safety a day in my life until my 10th grade year. And then all my coaches, they just trusted in me. And they felt like I could do it. So my 10th grade year, you know, I stepped up. I had to do that. Yeah.
So being at the safety position, and, you know, hey, you know, Clay's got a really good defensive front, a really good linebacking core. How do you see your role in that defense, especially stuffing the run? Y'all don't literally – running is a premium, and you get a lot of work in stopping the run. So how do you feel about your role in that defense?
I feel that, like, as a safety, you a bonus defender. Like, just say your D-line, your linebackers, they miss a tackle. You come in, you come clean that up, save the day. You saving the tackle at the end of the day, saving the touchdown every time.
And then pass coverage. How do you believe you work in the pass coverage?
In passing, you know, we bailing out. Like, if our D-line don't stop the quarterback in time and he's trying to run around, throw the ball, we stay in coverage, cover every receiver. We helping our corners too, cause the corners, they probably looking at something else. They probably might miss out, see somebody else running down the field. You see him, you go run to him. He covered.
So you see yourself as locked down. Say, look, you might think you gonna get past here, but I'm gonna be waiting on you.
Yeah. I tell them that every time in the game. I be like, you don't think I'm coming, but I see you right there.
So how hard do you hit them?
Hey, gotta go ask them.
Now, there was a great safety that was in the NFL, and I'm giving my age up here, and his name was Aeneas Williams. So if you Google Aeneas Williams, you'll see what I mean. And he would lay people out. They would not see him coming. They would forget that the safety was lurking about back there. Have you found yourself in some situations where like, hi, my name is Zay Starks. Glad to meet you. You all right? You like those moments?
Oh, yeah, I love them. Plenty of times. Like, Friday night, the quarterback, he was running with the ball. He was running with his head down. I mean, I come from like 12 yards back, so I get a full head start, full speed. All I got, straight into him.
I love it. So, as part of that defense, and like I said, they're locked down, really on that run, and they don't, nobody really gets a lot of time to put that ball in the air. Being back there, nickel, dime packages. What's your favorite package to be in as a safety?
Really, I don't really know. Like, I don't know.
You just kind of like it all? Blitz?
No, we ain't had no safety blitz yet, but
no safety blitzes?
Nah.
You kind of got that look on your face, like just give me one.
Yeah. When you give me the chance, Yeah.
I hear you. So, being on the Clay Chalkful team like that, how do you, What's it like being part of the Clay Chalkville family?
I mean, it's great since day one. I already knew this was home since day one. Like, the first year there, I was like, yeah, this is where I want to be. I can contribute to this team.
And so where do you see your future? What do you want to do ultimately in football?
Play at the next level and keep going.
Do you see yourself going to, as always, as a safety? Do you see yourself as maybe, you're able to, because you played a lot of things coming up, and you're a safety now. So you see yourself having that flexibility at the next level of wherever they need you.
Oh, yes, sir. I can play anywhere on the field. I be telling coach all the time, if you ever need me on offense, just put me in.
I see you just turned around. What position would you like to play on offense?
Most definitely wide receiver.
Okay. So you played with Fry in Little League too, as I understand it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's see, LJ. Yeah, all y'all played together. So that goes way back. Well, that certainly helps with the team chemistry, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So, Coach Floyd, you say you want a few snaps in practice?
Hey, I be telling them all the time.
Well, that's awesome. Look, we're expecting great things out of you. We're glad you're on our side, I can tell you that. Because I certainly wouldn't want to see you on the other side facing us. So let's give it up again for Xavier Starks. He had a great game. That fake punt is going to be one of those highlight reels that sticks with us. We're coming to you live from Trussville, Alabama, here at Walk-Ons. We'll be right back in just a few.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Meet Joy Johnson with Town Square Realty, your ultimate guide to real estate success. When selling or purchasing a home, using a trusted realtor matters. With experience and a passion for helping clients, Joy delivers personalized service tailored just for you. As a realtor, she'll be there to help navigate every step of the process. From market insights to negotiation skills, Joy Johnson ensures you get the best value for your property. You'll benefit from the expert help she provides. Ready to start your real estate journey? Let's make it happen together. Call Joy Johnson today and turn your real estate dreams into reality. Joy Johnson, putting the joy in real estate and making real estate dreams come true.
Hey everybody, I am Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars, here with head coach Stuart Floyd and Landon Maynard of Walk-On Sports Bistro here in Trussville, Alabama. We want to announce something super exciting. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Floyd to let you know exactly what that is.
Yeah, we want to announce our brand new coaches show that will be filmed every Tuesday night live here at Walk-Ons in Trussville.
And we're going to be discussing the game, the players, exciting plays, and the season outlook and the goings-on in 6A R6 and all the happenings of your defending state champion Clay Chalkville Cougars.
Us here at Walk-Ons Trussville, very excited about this coaching show and being a part of the Clay team. So we want to offer a 15% off discount on food to all of Cougar Nation. Just make sure to wear your Cougar colors. Tell the server about you supporting Clay, and we'll be sure to give you that discount.
Yeah, so come join us every Tuesday night for the Big Clay Coaches Show live here at Walk-Ons in Trussville. And as always,
go Cougar!
When you're blessed with a God-given talent, by golly gee willikers, you use it. Introducing the new thick style burgers from Milo's.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different. And it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block. Hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp. Hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys. And hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day. The Walk-Ons way.
Creative Entertainment is a full entertainment company providing DJs, photo booths, live bands, 360 booths, Cold Spark, special effects, and so much more. We are so honored to be partnered with Clay Chalkville High School as their entertainment sponsor for this year. We would love to be a part of your next event, whether it's a wedding, corporate event, private party, you name it. Our information's here below. Please click the website or give us a call. We look forward to being a part of your next event.
All right, fans. We are. Whoa, hey, never mind. Hi, how you doing? Live from Walk-Ons in Trussville, Alabama. Freddie Flowers got food here. Got to tend to business.
Need a knife. Looks good.
Well, I had to lead off with the fries first.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where do we start?
Scub.
Where's the napkins at?
Scub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what my pants are for. I can make it work. Trust me, fans. I can make this work.
Whoa. You want me to say something?
Yeah, say whatever you want.
You want my napkin?
I tell you what.
You got lettuce all over your hand. Here you go.
Yeah, while I'm working this out, how do you feel about Christian and Xavier as contributors on the team?
Yeah, those are two really good players. Christian being a ninth grader, I think there's only been 2 or 3 other kids that I know of that have played as ninth graders on the varsity in all the years at Clay Chalkville. So usually those guys that play as ninth graders end up being pretty good players. Mom told me tonight he only started playing sports in 7th grade, which is really, really hard to believe that he's only been playing sports this is his 3rd year to play sports.
Wow.
And so, he's got tremendous feet. He's got a little bit of nasty in him. I wish he would like run blocking better, since we do that a lot. But he's got a really bright future. And then, Xavier, obviously, he's a really, really good football player. He's definitely SEC caliber type player. Not really sure, if he'll be safety or maybe they move him down kind of that nickel spot at some point. But he's a big time collegiate player for us. And that wasn't a fake punt, by the way. That was a bad snap, and that was oh crap, I need to do something punt. Because there were about 2 guys that didn't block anybody, so it was about to get blocked, so he just made a play.
Well, there you go. I mean, as far as the newspapers were concerned, oh, look, all the napkins you can see now, you can get in your sound.
Yeah, that was definitely not a fake punt.
Well, there you have it. The truth is out. Well, I'll put it like this. When I was in the military, I had a guy, his name was Major Tyndall. He was my commander. And he says, Corporal, it ain't about whether you mess up or not. Did you look good doing it? Y'all looked awfully good doing it. So, hey, we got the first down. We were able to keep going. Yeah, obviously not something you want to see if that's not the intent. No. But if you can make lemonades out of lemons, then you certainly want to do that. Yeah. But Christian, definitely a mature kid for sure.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be really good. So, O-line wise, Coach Hatcher does a really good job with them, and him having JT beside him that's played. He was another one that's played as a ninth grader, and so this is his 3rd year to start. So having him, that experience right beside him to kind of help him out and talk to him in between plays is pretty good for us.
And listening to Xavier, Zay, I want to make sure Zay that he knows I understand that. He understands his role at that safety spot. And not so much, he doesn't see it as just a support role. A lot of times you'll hear, you have the front 7. Mm-hmm. But he sees himself just as much as part of that as he is. He's not just back there just to hang out or make sure somebody just simply goes, avoid going over the
No,
top.
I mean, any good safety's got to be good in the run fits. I've sat down with, probably 20, 30 coaches, and I turn on the film of him, first clip that pops up, and they all see it, see what they're looking for in him. He's definitely got a burst. He's not scared of contact. I wish he would wrap up more sometimes instead of just doing, the hit stick on everybody. But, there's psychologically that's good, though, for receivers. If there's somebody out there looming that's going to try to knock the crap out of you, you kind of think about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, I heard him when he says, hey, I'm sitting there 12 yards out, so I got, and he's got that I guess you call it like that great white shark mentality. He sees the chum in the water, and he's going to go get it.
Yep. It's been good for us.
Well, we're going to roll into a quick look at the region and recap. And we're going to talk a little bit about how 6A is starting to shape up. We have some teams that have clinched playoff spots already in 6A. But covering our region, one of the teams that has clinched is Oxford. And they are sitting at the top of the region simply because they played more games than we have. We play Huffman. Once we play Huffman, and if we win that game, we clinch as well. Then after that, it'll be Shades Valley, who is actually sitting up above Mountain Brook right now. And then Mountain Brook is in the 4th slot as we speak. Then Pinson Valley, Pell City, and Huffman following that. And Shades Valley is going to be at Pell City. Mountain Brook will take on Pinson Valley. And, I just mentioned that Pell City, Shades Valley thing. So there's that. And Oxford is off this week. They're actually getting a week off before they see us. So there's that. But to go over real quick what's happening around the state as the playoffs begin to shape up. Saraland has clinched a playoff spot. Russell County and Pike Road have clinched a playoff spot. Homewood has clinched a playoff spot, and they are up on the north side of the state, so somewhere in the bracket we could possibly see them down the line. And Oxford, as I mentioned earlier, has clinched. Muscle Shoals has clinched as well, and we will find out with Gaston City and Fort Payne once they play each other who is going to clinch between them. So 6A playoffs starting to take shape at the midpoint of the season. So this could be interesting as it goes along. A lot of big games left to play. How do you see it? Do you all kind of? I mean, I know we got to worry about our team and kind of focus, but how that bracket shapes up. What does that mean as the season goes on?
Honestly, I have not even looked at it one time. I couldn't tell you who we could potentially play. I don't know who we cross over with in the first round. I really couldn't. I'm sure some of the other coaches have looked at it, but I have not.
Well, honestly, nobody can right now. It is kind of early. I know, for us, it seemed like we were just road dogs last year to death. So it'd be nice to get some of them home games for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think just those teams you mentioned. I mean, those are the usual suspects that you think that are going to be in there. I don't know that there's really any surprises this year, and so I mean, it's all the people you think that are supposed to be there are kind of taking care of business and doing what they're supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah, and
but I would say I think our region probably is the toughest region. You got us, Oxford, and Mountain Brook. Those three teams could represent the North, pretty good. And obviously you got probably Muscle Shoals as well in the North, and Parker obviously coming out of that region maybe. But and obviously Homewood's pretty good as well this year. So those are probably the top 5 or 6 I would imagine in the North.
And that not to because I mean the South is the South, and Spain Park gets a lot of attention up here obviously because of where they are, but they're actually in the South.
Yeah.
Obviously we saw Saraland, and the prognosticators, they have said that we didn't realize that Clay was as good as we thought they would be. So now the bullseye, I would say, is probably even bigger on our backs than maybe even at the beginning of the season. But, maybe a lot of teams are, hey, they lost all of these people, and wait a minute, here they come again. That thing sitting there is like, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
We thought this is supposed to be a little bit easier.
Nah, I mean, it just, year in and year out. I mean, I think the teams that are consistent every year that have a well built program, those are usually the ones that you got to contend with. There's maybe some ups and downs, maybe talent wise, but at the end of the day, I mean, you got you really got about 5 or 6 in the North. You got about 5 or 6 in the South that really have a legitimate chance to win it every year, and it may be fewer or more than that depending on the year. And every now and then you'll have a kind of a breakout season for somebody. Especially when you get maybe like a 7A team come down into 6A or whatever. But so obviously with Spain Park coming down 6A. But it's usually the same 8 to 10 teams year in and year out, and so it's no different this year.
Well, the Cougars are averaging 35.3 points per game right now, and only allowing 6.8 somewhere in there.
Yeah,
not bad at all.
No, I mean it's better than being 0-6 or 3-3 or whatever. So I mean the record's good, but it's obviously a long way to go. We're not, still really not even to the halfway point of the season that we want to have. So you get to about week 7, week 8, you're probably at the midway point.
And I like the way you say that because most people, you got a 10-game season, and most people hear you say something like, "Yeah, once we get around week 8 or so, we're at the midway point." And most people are like, but wait a minute, that's like the 8th game of the season. I don't think they really understand.
Yeah.
So I love that. Those who know Clay knows what that means. So and that's great to hear. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. I've got to get into this blackened chicken sandwich because this thing is just delicious.
Is this the final segment, guys? This is it. You got to wrap it up. Is this it?
It is? What?
Yep, look.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's move on to Huffman then. Getting ready for the next opponent. That's it.
Was that a question?
Yes.
No, definitely love Coach Bivens. He and I worked together when we were both at Trussville. Took over a tough situation. And they obviously didn't score a point last year, and they've done a really good job. They are infinitely better than they were last year, and they've competed in some games. So got a lot of respect for him and what he does. It'll only be a matter of time because they got the players walking around over there. It's just getting that thing built in the right way for them.
Yeah, and you're right. They've been scrappy in their contest. They did get the win over Columbia earlier this year. And last question, and then we all go home for the question of the week. Seeing your old teammates and your old players last week.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I hadn't seen some of those people in 25 years, but they look the same but rougher, as I do. But no, I mean they all look good.
Remember, I didn't say that. He did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm including myself in that. But just it comes full circle, and it just kind of solidifies the things that we tell our kids now. Like this is when you're at Clay, it becomes a big family, a big fraternity, and even though those guys from '99 don't really know any of the kids from 14. They are connected by this common bond that everybody shares. So it was just fun to see them all together.
And it really was awesome. It was awesome having Mike up there in the booth. Awkward at times, but it was a hoot. I enjoyed having him around and just sitting back and remembering all of those years and all the things that we did together along the way.
Yep.
And honestly, I miss seeing a lot of those guys. But you're right. It's a family, and that never ever changes.
No.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Hey, And this is the Big Clay Coaches Show. Now we're going to wrap it up from here in Trussville, Alabama. We thank you for being with us. Hit that like button, ring that bell. I'm Freddie Flowers, the voice of the Cougars. As always, good night. God bless each and every one of you. And go